Got some news today. Xtra has halted its Muse 2 Pro Early Access release, and it is automatically refunding every $20 deposit. Have y'all heard that one yet? It's all due to all the FCC regulations. But what does that mean for people who's already bought the Muse? Now, I bought mine about 2 weeks ago, and I am still within the time frame where I can return it if I want to. I've been testing the Muse in the real world out here in the yard, doing some reviews and stuff, and I've got a little checklist that I want to go through and let you know what I think about it, and see if it checks all the boxes for me personally. Now, I'm not a guru on cameras and all that, so if you're wanting a technical review on the Muse, you're in the wrong place. If you want somebody that just uses it, just in the real world, and just some simple things, you might want to stick around and watch. Let's go down to the park where we can get some good color so we can check that too. Y'all come on. Well, okay, I hope the wind is not killing the audio, but it is really windy out here. Now, I've got the Muse connected to the phone app, and I am recording in 4K, 30 frames a second. And one of the things I wanted to check is the following part and see if that will follow. I've got a list here that we're going to check off. Actually, let me put this down and we'll look at the list, and we'll go down this list and check it. Now, there's a couple of things I've already checked. Here we go. I've got the wrong list. Anyway, long 4K recording, does it overheat? Now, the day before yesterday, I was out in the backyard recording a review in 105-degree weather in 4K, 30 frames, and I was out there about an hour. No, it did not overheat at all. Now, it got warm, but it did not overheat and did not shut down. The gimbal stabilization. Well, let's see. We're also checking the tracking as well. Subject tracking is the next one, so we'll check that one off too. Walk all the way around here. Looks like it's following. Oh, it stopped right there. Okay. Now, let's walk around this way. And we will see. Still going, still going, still going, still going. It looks like it's coming all the way around. Okay, it stopped right there. There you go. Almost 360 degrees, but not quite. If you have the screen facing you and videoing yourself, walk up to the right side and it'll pretty much go all the way around. If you go to the left side, it's not going to go very far, so there's that. Vertical recording, does it do it properly? Y'all tell me. Looks like it is to me. App connection, does it connect reliably? I didn't have any problem out here connecting to my phone app, so no problem there. Firmware, I've updated the firmware, so make sure, especially right now while it's still available, because that is the question at hand, is whether you're still going to be able to update your firmware later on. So that's yet to be determined. So update it now if you get the Muse. USB transfer, I will tell you this. When you transfer data from your camera directly to your computer with a USB cord, it is slow. Probably about 32 megabytes. When you take the card out and put it in a card reader, it like 300, and that's going to depend on your card reader, but I think it was like 326 megabytes a second, something like that. Now, as far as transferring through the app, I have not done that yet, but when we get back to the house, I will do that, and I'll let you know on that one. Trying to turn sideways so the wind's kind of being blocked, hopefully, off the microphones. I've got the Mini Mic, the DJI Mini Mic right under my collar here. And then I've got my ceramics up here running to the camera, the regular Canon camera. microSD transfer, I just kind of covered that. Onboard microphone. You need unless you're going to be like walking and talking and blogging and stuff like that, vlogging, you need an external mic. Because when you get about 2 or 3 foot away from that camera, the audio is not very good at all. So you're going to need an external mic. Now it will pair with the DJI Mini Mic and pretty much any DJI mic, it will pair to it. External microphone, I just covered that. Charging, does it charge normally? Yes, it does. Matter of fact, the battery life on this is really good. I'm used to a GoPro 11. Well, I've had the 7, 8, 9, and 11. And all of them don't compare to this at all. And they overheat. That is the reason why I got this camera, is because of the GoPro overheating. So that's that. Plus, it's kind of a totally different camera. This is not really an action camera to go mountain biking or snowboarding or whatever, but it will do the job like I'm doing right here. The battery handle, I don't really have a battery handle, so I couldn't answer that question. That little extension that plugs into the bottom of it works perfect. App independence, can the camera work without the app? Definitely. This is actually the first time I've used the app on hitting the record and whatnot. So that's that. Future protection, and that's the big one. With the FCC regulations and all, we're going to see if the Muse stays active or not. You know, if they're going to ban it like they have the DJI. What the story is, we don't know yet. But as far as recording, like I said, this is 4K 30 frames a second, and we are recording an X-Log. I'm going to switch it over to the regular automatic, just straight out of the camera, and we're going to see what difference it makes looking at this. Okay, this is in the regular standard color here. We'll see what it looks like with the waterfall there, or the water fountain. Check out the colors and whatnot. Looks good on here. Now, for those who want to know, this is the HLG color setting. I'm going to try to get over there on the fountain there. There we go. How does that look? That's HLG. There's the normal color setting. And there is X-Log. Now here is the X-Log with it being color graded. So I tell you what, if you were thinking about getting the Xtra Muse 2 Pro, you kind of out of luck for right now. Now, whether that ban will go into effect or not, we don't really know. Nobody really knows. And the bigger question for folks like me and you, if you have purchased the Muse, is if you're still within that return window, do you return it and look for an alternative, or do you hang on to it? For me personally, I think I'm going to hang on to it because I do not have any complaints whatsoever about this camera. It works exactly the way it's supposed to and the way I needed it to. No issues whatsoever. So the Muse is definitely a winner in my book. And if you want to check it out for yourself, I'm going to put a link down in the description where you can do so. Also, you might want to check out the playlist right over here, because there might be something in there that you'd be interested in. Hey, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.